Hey guys! So today I wanted to give you a few tips for using craft knives with model making. Cutting material by hand is an important skill that students and young designers learn, especially in the areas like interior design, interior architecture, model making and architecture. You need to learn how to use your craft knife, whatever type of craft knife you have. You need to learn how to use it properly, which means that you need to be safe with it, know how to replace the blade, store new blades at all blades, store the knife itself, but also how to actually use it to cut and create a clean, neat, crisp edge on the cut of your material. So today I'm going to share a couple of tips with you. The first one is to use a cutting mat. The surface of your table is not adequate and you may damage it. This will then cause cut lines in the surface, so when you come to draw, the surface is no longer smooth. So make sure you're always using a cutting mat. The second thing is to invest in some good craft knives. So there's lots to choose from: X-Acto knife, surgical blades and so on. Don't just pick up a cheap packet, but invest in good knives and a few packets of replacement blades as well. The third is rulers and cutting edges. Make sure to always use a metal edge, so a long metal ruler is the best. I have a few metal rulers with different lengths. When model making, I make sure to use a ruler that's longer than the material I'm cutting. Sometimes I'll also put masking tape on the underside, which helps give it a bit of grip on top of the material that I'm cutting. Make sure never to use a plastic ruler because the blade will just cut into the edge. It might also slide slightly, and sometimes it can cause a great accident by going into your finger or hand. So make sure to always keep your fingers back from the edge of the ruler when you're cutting. Try to stand up when you're cutting and make sure you're always looking at your work. Press firmly down on the ruler to hold it in place on the material. Press down on each stroke when cutting with the knife. Never cut through the material on one cut. You'll have to do 2 or 3 or a number of strokes depending on how thick the card or foam core is that you're using. The more cutting strokes you use, the cleaner the edge will be. Don't rush your work. And the fifth one is to replace blades often. So you want to make sure that you're using a really sharp knife. So any old blades, make sure you're disposing of them correctly. Wrap them in masking tape, or better yet, make a DIY sharps box. If you have any questions about model making or the different materials, please pop them in the comments down below. Feel free to check out our blog where there's more information and lots of different projects and blog posts for students. I'll leave a link across the screen here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!